Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
Avoiding Melacha on Motzei Shabbos. Does there exist a custom or halacha that women or maybe even men should avoid doing Melacha or certain Melachas after Shabbos is over during the duration of Motzei Shabbos? Maybe perhaps they shouldn't sew or they shouldn't do laundry. So on the one hand, the question sounds a bit strange. As once Shabbos is over, 3 stars are out, we have said Havdalah, we have said Baruch HaMavda ben Kodesh Lechel. Why should there still remain any restriction on doing Melacha? However, in truth, we find that even during days in which Melacha is not prohibited, there are certain restrictions that are customary that people keep, such as on Reish Chodesh for women, and the question is there any custom of restricting Melacha on Motzei Shabbos as well? So our first record of this matter is in the Gemara in the Yerushalmi, in Meseches Psachim, Perek Dalet Halacha Aleph, that there are women who are accustomed not to do Melacha on Reish Chodesh, and it is a valid custom, and so too there are women who are accustomed not to do Melacha on Motzei Shabbos. So we see that this custom is very ancient, written already in the Jerusalem Talmud, of women not doing Melacha Motzei Shabbos. However, we cannot be satisfied with this source alone, as the Yerushalmi indeed continues and says, although this custom does exist amongst women, it is not a valid custom or a custom with any basis, as the custom of not doing Melacha only applies till after Kaddish is said after Ma'ariv of Shabbos, but not afterwards. And therefore the Yerushalmi concludes that their minhag is not a minhag at all. And so likewise records the Magen Avram in the name of the Yerushalmi in 299 Halacha 15, as we stated above. However, the Magen Avram continues and brings the opinion of the Abu Daram in the end of Seder Motzei Shabbos, who writes that this custom is a valid custom for women to avoid Melacha the entire Motzei Shabbos, unlike the Yerushalmi. Practically, we find that already all the way back to the times of the Jerusalem Talmud, a custom existed amongst women not to do Melacha on Motzei Shabbos, and the question is, does this custom have any halachic validity, or should it be ignored and not kept? The Yerushalmi says it should be ignored, it's not a real custom, while the Abu Daram says it is a real custom and is not to be ignored if that is your custom to keep it. Practically, the Alter Rebbe in his Shulchanaruch and likewise the Mishnah Berurah after him make no mention of any restriction of doing Melacha on Motzei Shabbos after the Ma'ariv has been finished, which is understood is that they rule like the Yerushalmi, like the first approach in the Magen Avram, that there is no need to be careful in this. Women are allowed to do Melacha on Motzei Shabbos, and so likewise concludes the Aruch HaShulchan and other poskim such as the Torah L'Shma of the Ben Ishchai and others, that it is not necessary for women to be careful in this matter. Nonetheless, despite the above, that we don't hold that there is an Isser of Melacha for women on Motzei Shabbos, even due to minhag, practically there are many women who avoid sewing on Motzei Shabbos, seemingly in light of the above custom recorded in the Abu Daram. And although they don't avoid all forms of Melacha, so they cook, they can mop, they can sweep, they can do laundry, but sewing they avoid. So is recorded in the Makar Chaim of the Chavis Yair. So is a widespread custom amongst many women. And so according to the testimony of Rav Eliyahu Lando Shlita, the Rosh Yeshiva of Timchei Tmim Kfar Chabad, is the explicit Chabad tradition throughout the generations that women avoid doing sewing on Motzei Shabbos. Practically, as we already stated, even sewing is permitted from the letter of the law, as the Alter Rebbe omits any of these customs from the Shulchanaruch. And therefore, those who do not receive such a custom of avoiding sewing don't have to accept it upon themselves and may continue to sew on Motzei Shabbos. However, those families who have accepted this tradition should continue to do so, as this custom does have a source and backing. Regarding other melachas that we find tradition to avoid, and not just for women but mainly for men, is not to write safras on Motzei Shabbos, so is the custom of the Leket Yesher, and it's written in Tosefes Shabbos that some avoid doing any laborious activity in exchange for payment throughout the entire Motzei Shabbos. So to summarize, it is permitted for women to do Melacha on Motzei Shabbos once Havdalah has been said, including even sewing. However, there are women who have a tradition not to sew on Motzei Shabbos, and those who have this tradition are to continue to do so and respect it.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.